Woo! Hey everybody, I am going to show you a deck profile for my Halloween deck. It's going to go up against Baxter for our Halloween Sunday showdown. So scary. Alright, so I'm just going to dive right in. It's kind of all over the place and it's expanded because I really wanted to use Malamar, and I had 2 Malamars from XY base set, so I just made the whole deck expanded and we'll see how it goes. So first off, we're gonna start with 3 copies of Energy Evolution Eevee. So the majority, well, this entire deck actually is gonna be a dark deck. So that can let you know that we are also going to be running 3 copies of Umbreon. For those of you that might not know, Umbreon runs Strafe for 1 dark energy, does 30 damage, and you may switch this Pokemon with one of your bench, which I believe it says you may, but I'm pretty sure online it makes you switch it out, so I think you have to. Oh no, because Baxter's correcting me. It says you may, so you don't actually have to. Alright, so 1 dark and 2 colorless Shadow Bullet for 90. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And then Dark Call GX, discard 2 energy from your opponent's Pokemon. We will probably never use that. We're actually going to try and save our GX move for another Pokemon that we're running along with all of this. It's just getting all messed up. You guys can't even really see that, so I'm not going to worry about it. Alright. Next, we are running 3 copies of Inkay. And we have 3 copies of Malamar. So we're running a bunch of Pokemon that I found that deal some conditions, because that is what Darkrai needs. Darkrai GX, the ability once during your turn, if this card is in, or if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may put it into your bench. Then attach a dark energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So we have a lot of stuff that lets us, Ultra Balls, and I have a Battle Compressor in there that'll let us discard stuff. We're looking for this guy to get him on our bench quick. Dark Cleave for 2 dark and 1 colorless does 130 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by resistance. We may or may not use that. Umbreon is pretty much in there as our main attacker. Malamar's in there, as well as Inkay, just to put some special conditions for the GX move. For 2 dark and 1 colorless, if your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, that Pokemon is knocked out. So we're going to try and be strategic. Obviously, we can only use that GX move once. So we're going to try and make it count. And then I'm running just 1 copy of Baby Darkrai for Hypnoblast. For 1 dark and 1 colorless and 30 damage, and then it makes their active Pokemon asleep. So which is also a special condition. Just in case my Inkays and Malamars are not coming up as I need them to. Then we're going to get into our trainers. I am running 1 copy of Parallel City, mostly just to limit Baxter's bench, so we'll face this side toward him. It only lets him have 3 Pokemon on his bench. The other side has no effect on me whatsoever, really. And then we are also running 1 copy of Reverse Valley to allow my dark Pokemon to do 10 more damage. 2 copies of Altar of the Moon, which basically says if I have a dark energy attached to any of my Pokemon, the retreat cost is 2 less, which makes every single one of my Pokemon have a free retreat. Which is really nice, because I didn't add any float stones in here, and we're not going to want certain Pokemon to start. Okay, then we are running 3 copies of Hala, just because I'm planning on using Darkrai's GX move as soon as I can get him out there and utilize it, so Hala will allow us to shuffle and draw 7. And our best old pal, we're running 2 copies of Lysander. This is actually the first expanded deck I've built since Guzma came out, so I'm pretty excited to get back into using my Lysander. 1 copy of Pokemon Center Lady. It heals 60 damage. Just in case someone gets stuck out there too long waiting for Darkrai. 1 copy of Ninja Boy. which allows me to replace one basic Pokemon on the board with another basic Pokemon from my deck. One copy of Professor Sycamore. One copy of How, lets me draw 3 cards. A lot of onesie-twosie supporters because they're running VS Seeker. And one copy of Skyla, just to get any trainer out, which is really nice. Okay, and then we're running 3 copies of VS Seeker, another best old friend. It's going to be slightly uneven just because my deck ended up coming out expanded and Baxter's is standard, so it'll actually give us a chance to see how much has changed and to see if it, how it affects gameplay against one another. I'm running 2 copies of Switch. No fancy switches. 2 copies of Max Elixir to get those energy out as fast as possible. 1 copy of Professor's Letter. 2 copies of Nest Ball. I'm noticing now actually my my opportunities to pull out Pokemon are plentiful, so we shouldn't have a problem with that, because I'm also running 3 copies of Ultra Ball, which is also mostly to help me discard things so that Darkrai can get them back for me. 1 copy of Battle Compressor. And we have a couple tools. We have 2 copies of Poison Barb, just to add to those special effects in case Umbreon gets stuck attacking. Poison Barb will help him out for Darkrai. And 2 copies of Bursting Balloon. So if Baxter hits while this tool is attached, it does 60 damage to him, but I have to discard it at the end of my turn if he hasn't, or at the end of his turn if he doesn't attack me. So, oops, sorry, I bumped the camera there, guys. So that's the lineup for trainers and Pokemon. We're running 4 double colorless energy. Almost all the Pokemon we have out here use it except for Darkrai. And 10 basic dark energy. We're going to need all the energy that we can get. We're going to be discarding energy, getting it back. And all of our Pokemon out here use 3 energy for their main attacks if we do use them. So we have a pretty beefy lineup. Sorry, the mat is a mess. Just trying to get through it. So if you guys like this, definitely hit like. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my Halloween deck. I'm excited to use it and see how it fends for itself against Baxter come the battle. So yeah, like, comment, let me know if there's anything that you guys would change. I kind of threw it together fast, so we'll see if there's any major flaws, but it looks like it might be okay to me. And subscribe, because our Halloween battle is going to be coming up very soon, and we have plenty more TCG content coming up, especially with Shining Legends being released either very soon or already, depending on when this video goes up. So we hope to see you guys soon. Thanks for stopping by, and happy Halloween! See ya!